Hi guys, today we're going to do a walkthrough solve of the Megaminx. I was going to do a tutorial and then a solve video, but I thought it's going to be a lot easier to do them in one video. I think that because there are some repetitive bits that would make the tutorial a bit boring, and the solves I'm not too fast, so I didn't think that would be a very good video either. So I think a walkthrough solve is probably the best plan for this. Okay, so a quick plan of the solve. I'm going to start with the white star and then do F12 for this layer. These two, these two, these two, these two, and these two. Then I'm going to do these three for each of the 5 sides here, and then do a sort of second F12 for these pairs here, and then do the top layer there. Okay, so I'm going to scramble it now, and we'll get on with the solve. Okay, that should do it. So let's get the 5 white edges in. Here's one to begin with. Let's put that one in. There's another. Get the orange. And what I do is I get it on what I will call the 3rd layer and move it along until it matches up with the colour, and then put it in. Okay, here's another one. Do the same. It's matched up there. Put that one in. There's the 4th. Matched up and in, and just the red which is there. That's all 5. For this one I'm just going to put corners in. That's 2.
The normal beginner's method corner placement goes in there. That's the 4th, and the final one is there. And yeah, sometimes it can just be easy to put it on the very top level and then bring it back down. Put that in the right.
There we go. Now find these edges. Right, let's find the red and orange. There it is. So you can think of this part just like the middle layer algorithm for putting a second layer edge in. So for this one you do this. And for this you do this. There's it matched up and put in. Okay, I'll do the other 4. Okay, so now we have the first 2 layers done, the top layer and this layer. Now, for these parts, there are quicker ways of doing it, like you can match the corner and an edge up and then add in the 3rd edge. Sometimes it's clearer, and if you're not too worried about the time, just to get the corner on the right face and then add them in one by one. So I'm going to get this one on the right face, turn it so that this colour matches this colour, so that if you put it down on the bottom, it matches up like that. The next step is to find one of the edges. Here's one, and do the same in that you get them lined up with the correct colour. Then what you want to do is bring the corner up on the side of that colour. So what I mean by that is obviously this colour matches this colour, so what I'm going to do is bring it up this side so that now the red is on top, the colour that this isn't. Then you want to move it to the side, whichever side you brought it up, bring the edge round so it's under it, and put it back. This will match it up and you can put it back down. This may seem a bit long-winded, but once you've done a few that'll make sense. Here's the other one. Matched it up there. Get it so the red's there, move it out of the way, get it under it, put it back, and then put all 3 in. So that's an example of one of them. I'll do another just to show you. So find the corner, get it with the right colour on it. One's already there, we need to put it on the right side. Lift it up so it matches on that side, move it out the way, turn it around, put it back and put it in. Then I'll find the other. Alright, there it is. That's matched up, out the way, matched and in. Okay, I'll do the other 3 now. There we go. One thing to note is always keep an eye on when you've turned aside with this already done, that you put it back. Same as using the empty slot in F2L. So now we're going to put these corners in. Again, you can use F2L here if you think it's easier. A good way to do this is, if your colour scheme is the same as mine, this has a sort of metallic shiny property to this colour. So I look for any corner that doesn't have that and then follow it around and put it in as it should be. There's one, here's another. So it's still fairly quick, but like I said, there are quicker ways. But they're all methods that you can learn from doing the Rubik's Cube and finding quicker methods with that. You can apply them to these stages. Okay, I think that's all 5. Then just put the edges in the same as the middle layer of a Rubik's Cube. That's 1. Right, now the top layer, obviously what you want to do is get the top star, and you'll usually be left with well, one of 4 possible configurations. One will be this, which I call the arrow. One will be a trio, so this one, this one, this one, or 3 next to each other. I think you can have none, and obviously all facing up. So I've got the arrow. So what you want to do here is get the arrow so that the point is on the bottom right, and do the top cross algorithm, FRU, R prime, U prime, F prime, and that will get the top cross. If you have the trio, all you have to do is put the trio up here and do it once and it will get you to the arrow, and do it twice and it will get you to this. For having none, if you do it once you should get the trio, if you do it twice you'll get the arrow, and then you'll get the star. So now what you want to do is orientate the edges. What you want to look for is 2 that are next to each other, that are correct, and I don't think I have that. So what you want to do is get 1 in the right place, and you're going to be doing the soon move with this as the R and this is the U. And what this will do is rotate these 3. So if you don't have any next to each other, then just get 1 in its right place on the bottom and do the soon move. But make sure you go U prime on the U2 so that it brings it back into the right place. And you will either then have 2 next to each other or 2 like this, 2 adjacent. So what you want to do is have 1 on the bottom left and 1 on the bottom right, so that when you rotate these 3, that one will be put in place and you'll have 2 next to each other. There we go. And then do the same. Obviously these 3 are the ones out of place, so you want to rotate them. This will take 1 or 2 goes. There we go. Now all we have to do is do the edges, and what we're going to do here first is actually orientate them using the same as the beginner's method for the last step. So we're going to have it on its side like this. You want to do U prime, R prime, U, R. Do that twice. If it hasn't worked, do it another 2 times. And then it'll be orientated up. Don't worry about this side. Just make sure you do the final R. And then turn the top to find another one that's not orientated correctly, and do the same again. Do it at least 2 times, and this will sort itself out. There you go. Now they're all facing the right way. Get the edges back in the right place. And for this part, you want to find one of the corners that needs to be permeated correctly, and do this move. I'm going to call this R, this F, and this D. Okay? So I'm going to do R prime, D prime, R. Now, what you want to put here is the slot where this one should go. So turn the top, you see that's the two blues, put that in there, and then do R prime, D, R. So it's the same except you do the D the different way. And you alternate that, continuing to find the slot. This one should go here, and then put it in the right place. Then we need to find the slot for this one, that's here, and eventually we will solve the cube. There we go. Okay, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, just ask. Please like, subscribe, and happy cubing. I'm going to put the other flag next to it right here. Now, obviously, not going to be completely correct because most flags are not square.